first actual drink, I was about 5 years old. My uncle and his wife and my mom were hanging out because she had me about when I was 16, so she was still into her partying phase, you know. And at that time, she just turned 21, so I tried it, and I'm pretty sure it was Rainier, and I threw up or spit it out or something. And after that, next time was like probably about 16, I'd say, in high school.
Did you really like the taste of alcohol, or was it just something, you know?
Well, actually, my first taste was something light, I think. It was definitely peer pressure. Like, I had some really big alcoholic friends over there, you know?
Yeah.
Like, kind of the hicks, and like, everybody's trying to see who could drink more than the other person, and like, or, you know, just down it or whatever. Faster, who can get drunker. My first alcoholic beverage, quite tasty at the time, was a tequila rose. So it tastes like strawberry cream savers if you like the milky type of dessert wine.
Yeah.
That and 99 bananas, I think, that I can remember where I actually got drunk my first time. It was at a lake at a friend's cabin near Port Angeles.
So you say Port Angeles has a drug problem?
That I actually saw last week. I just looked at the newspaper there online, or 2 weeks ago, and it said heroin labs a growing concern in Port Angeles or on the peninsula. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So aside from that, in the past 10 years, it's been meth. Of course, it's been marijuana, like everywhere, you know. But like, marijuana wasn't so much of a problem until there were like, I guess, operations being busted all over, and then people say marijuana is a gateway drug, which I don't know, I kind of believe it. Well, I do believe it. But, aside from that, yeah, it's just meth and heroin are a big thing over there in the peninsula. So.
Does your family have a history with alcohol or drugs? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, no, not all of them or anything. I've just noticed genetics are a huge thing in why people drink. It definitely affects you if you see it while you're growing up, or if you hear about it. One of the big things why I started drinking again, or a lot, and hanging out with a bad crowd of people, was because when I was, I think, I want to say 18, just getting out of high school, my uncle Nick OD'd. When they found him, it was crazy. That was when one of my best friends in high school was going away to, I think, Bend, Oregon, to go try something different from Port Angeles, and I was across the highway from where they found my uncle at this party with my friend, and the next day I heard about it, that he was in that motel. Growing up, my grandfather had an addiction to alcohol, like seriously, he used to gamble and drink a lot, and he stopped altogether. Like, even the mention in our family, like my immediate family in Port Angeles, nobody likes to even talk about alcohol. I mean, nobody cooks with alcohol, nothing. It's just better not to have it in the house. When you drink more, it takes your anxiety off, kind of like drugs. Well, it is like drugs, you know?
Yeah.
Alcohol is a drug, it's a chemical substance, so. I mean, I've gone to meetings, and even when I was like 14 or 15, I went to outpatient for having smoked and got caught. And so I've heard like all these stories. I was a house manager at one place for a treatment center, rehab, inpatient. And I've heard stories there, and like people that even go into their 40s and 50s that spend, you know, lots and lots of money. Total in my life, I've seen on partying, if I would have kept it all, in the past 7 years or 8 years, it would have been like $60,000 to $70,000. Meeting new friends, you know, one of the quickest ways you think to bond with them is to party or to drink. So, you know, because that's when you loosen up and you want to start telling them more things about yourself, and you start like doing maybe ridiculous things that you don't want other people to know about, or you start having secrets because of it or something. So probably between 16 and 19 somewhere, I always realized that I had a problem or was going to have a problem because of genetics, you know? Because having an addictive personality that especially runs in my family on both sides, one being native, the other being, you know, like Scottish or wherever my grandpa's from, or just a farm guy that grew up there in Idaho. My grandma being from Alaska, so those different types of family history, you know, both of them have serious drinking issues on both sides, where people have even died from alcohol. Somewhere around there, like I've constantly heard it. Alcohol is extremely bad for you, and always knew growing up. So I think when I realized it, to be honest, when I realized that there is a cutoff point was probably at the beginning of this month.
So is this your first time just stopping? Or have you tried before in the past?
Tried before, you know, like 6 months, 8 months here. And, last drink I had was actually a week ago. Before that, it was a week or two before that. And a week ago, I even told the friend that I was with, she was my main reason for stopping. First person I ever, you know, really listened to about it, and who has also had a problem herself. But she helped me with it a lot. So, I mean, I wanted to change for her. I wanted to change for myself. That's the big thing, is that, you know, when you always need to learn, in order to help others better, you have to help yourself. The most important person in this world and in your life is yourself. So you always, you know, got to focus on you. I guess this is a week clean, pretty happy. And if I didn't see alcohol or didn't taste it again in my life, I'd be good without it. I know I'm becoming a better man, a better person, better friend, better family member, better, I guess you could say, lover. I'm doing it for myself and everybody around me, just to be positive, even as a constructive part of society or the community. I feel it's, by not drinking it's helping myself, and by having that attitude, maybe it could affect someone else in a way.
So when was the last official time you had a drink?
Last official time I had a drink was February 16th. Sobriety's been awesome. I've given it a shot at going out and trying the club scene again, a little bit just to test myself. And so far it's been pretty well. I've met people there and been able to handle myself. Been realizing after those first 2 weeks it was pretty difficult to lower the anxiety, but it's gone down really well, and I've stayed calm and everything, and I'm fine with just drinking water. Stress makes it worse. Every time you're kind of in stress, or maybe you're down about something, you kind of, you know, really at the hard spots you feel like it, but it's always good to find a different coping mechanism, like working out. And so I'm doing that since about a month ago. I'm going to the gym more often, have more motivation, saw a personal trainer, having all that support and all those people around, and all those people being there, just saying that they want to be able to help you and to get where you want in life, and knowing that you're aiming just to be good, it really helps a lot.
Have you had any problems with friends who you find aren't very supportive, or family members who aren't very supportive?
So I'm living with, it gets kind of difficult. They know I'm trying to get sober, and what I saw was about 2 nights ago, somebody had bought a bottle of Captain Morgan's, which was one of my favorite, and that's been on top of the fridge ever since. And I mean, I just keep a box of, I think it's Cheez-Its in front of it, just so I don't have to look at it. I'm probably going to throw it in a room and hide it somewhere, but yeah, I mean, I haven't had any temptation to drink it. It's just, it was surprising, so I'll probably talk to her about it pretty soon and ask her why, you know, or what the point of it was, or maybe how she's feeling in life. Maybe she's at the same spot I was. One thing that I've learned that's really difficult is that you can't keep lying to yourself. That's probably been the biggest thing. Sometimes you don't even realize it, but you just, maybe it's in your subconscious. I think that you do it so you can keep drinking, maybe so you don't have to deal with the more difficult stuff that goes on in your life, because you think there's no way out of it. But when you take it apart, piece by piece, it gets easier to deal with. And then you start to organize your life again, and then it seems to come together after that. After you're done forgiving yourself, or maybe others forgive you, and then you can start healing. So I think I'm in the healing part of it, and it seems like the world just works in your direction from there. If you're just kind of, you keep looking up, you keep fighting, and you keep doing well. I'm learning that that's, getting drunk isn't the whole reason behind having fun or wanting to. So memories are made by being conscious and sober, not by forgetting them.
left in the brain bank that you would like to share?
I think sometimes when you feel like giving up, don't.